This is Now Africa 24. Africa is speaking with its own voice, and this time the world is listening. From the heart of Ghana, a new message rises with the calm certainty of a sunrise. The continent is done waiting for permission.
It is shaping its destiny with deliberate hands, clear ambition, and a confidence that can no longer be dismissed. For generations, global narratives insisted that progress had only one direction, and that direction flowed from wealthy nations outward. But the 21st century is rearranging that old map. A young, skilled, resource-rich Africa is stepping forward, not quietly, but steadily, with ideas that move like fresh current beneath the global system. The world is finally recognizing that Africa isn't just catching up. It's beginning to lead in ways few expected. Across the continent, innovation rises from farms, labs, workshops, and policy rooms. Clean energy systems, modern agriculture, new manufacturing models, and digital economies are breaking through the surface. African countries are no longer asking what is possible. They are building what they want and showing the world what the future looks like. And in Ghana, a quiet field of swaying green bamboo is becoming the stage for one of the most important clean energy projects Africa has ever attempted. A $1.3 billion bamboo biofuel refinery, built not with noise or spectacle, but with calm purpose. There are no parades here, no blaring speakers, just bamboo canes, tall and unassuming, moving with the breeze. But behind that gentle movement sits a story large enough to redefine an entire industry. A refinery capable of transforming locally grown bamboo into sustainable aviation fuel, renewable diesel, bioethanol, industrial lignin, green naphtha, furfural, and other advanced green chemicals, the kind the global economy urgently needs. Many assumed a project of this scale would emerge from wealthy nations. Yet Ghana made a different choice. It did not wait for global approval, foreign gatekeepers, or slow international processes. It looked inward, at its land, its people, its resources, and moved decisively. This refinery isn't only an energy project, it is a declaration. Power belongs to those who build, not those who beg. For decades, Africa was told it wasn't ready for advanced industry. Not ready for high-tech operations, not ready for global leadership. These messages echoed long enough that some people began to believe them. Ghana did not. Instead of waiting on loans, committees, or permission slips, the country shifted its mindset. Build first, explain later. That shift gave birth to the Amaba Biorefinery project, a project that reflects not only engineering ambition, but a new national philosophy. Ghana recognized its own potential, not as a supplier of cheap raw materials, but as a producer of finished high-value goods. The refinery marks a break from the old pattern, where Africa exported resources while others gained the wealth of refining them. Now Ghana refines its own materials. Now Ghana moves the money inward. Now Ghana turns bamboo and agricultural waste into products worth hundreds of millions. This single shift strengthens the economy, builds industries, and inspires neighboring nations to follow similar paths. It's no longer theory, it's action. And the resource at the heart of this transformation? Bamboo. A plant so ordinary in appearance that most people would never guess it could power aircraft, factories, and global supply chains. Look closely and bamboo becomes a different kind of marvel. It grows faster than any plant on Earth, soaring upward almost a meter in a day in the right conditions. It regrows after cutting without replanting, saving farmers enormous time and expense. It survives droughts, thrives in worn-out soil, and spreads with minimal maintenance, a perfect resource for continuous industry. Even better, bamboo captures extraordinary amounts of carbon, turning Ghana's energy ambitions into a climate solution as well. The plant alone creates economic value, environmental protection, and industrial reliability, three strengths aligned in a single stalk. But bamboo alone isn't enough. Ghana paired this limitless plant with world-class industrial technology from global engineering giants Honeywell and Chiyoda. Their systems convert bamboo at scale into clean fuels and green chemicals for aviation, transportation, plastics, and pharmaceutical industries. These are billion-dollar global markets, and Ghana is now stepping directly into them. This blend of local resources and global technology reflects a new strategy spreading across the continent. Use what we have, enhance it with the best tools available, and leap forward instead of climbing slowly. And bamboo's speed gives Ghana another advantage: the power to scale rapidly. While other nations struggle to meet renewable energy targets because their feedstocks grow slowly, Ghana can expand production in months rather than years. When airlines request more sustainable aviation fuel, Ghana can respond. When global industries demand more green chemical supply, Ghana is ready. In a world racing to meet climate obligations, speed is no longer a luxury. It is a competitive edge. And Ghana has it. But behind machinery, technology, and policy are the people whose lives change because of this project. The refinery is not a cold, metallic structure. It is a living economic engine. Thousands of Ghanaian farmers will grow and supply bamboo year-round. Women in rural regions will operate nurseries, sorting centers, and early-stage processing cooperatives, earning steady income instead of seasonal wages. Young engineers, chemists, and environmental scientists finally have a place to apply their knowledge without leaving the country. Technicians, welders, drivers, carpenters, builders, and small business owners all stand to benefit as the project expands. A refinery like this doesn't create jobs. It builds ecosystems. It strengthens towns. It stabilizes families. It restores dignity and opportunity from the village to the city. And speaking of restoration, bamboo brings healing where the land has long suffered. Years of logging, charcoal burning, and soil erosion have weakened many regions. Bamboo's deep root systems hold earth together during heavy rains, regenerate nutrients, and make poor land fertile again. Land once considered useless suddenly becomes valuable, offering farmers new income without destroying forests. This is development without sacrifice, a rare chapter in global energy history. For too long, Africa sat at the lowest rung of the global energy chain. The West built the technology, Asia manufactured the products, and Africa provided raw materials for minimal return. Ghana's refinery breaks this pattern, entering a market where the world desperately needs solutions. Airlines must cut emissions. Nations must achieve climate targets. Companies need clean supply chains. Ghana becomes a key partner across all three fronts, gaining something Africa has seldom possessed in the global economy: leverage. When you sell finished products, you set the terms. You decide the price. You influence the market. And influence, once gained, becomes power. Other African nations are watching attentively. If Ghana can build an advanced bamboo-to-fuel refinery, then Nigeria can amplify energy from agricultural waste. Kenya can combine bamboo cultivation with geothermal capacity. Ethiopia can integrate biomass with massive renewable grids. Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania all can replicate and adapt this model. Africa is full of overlooked materials, and Ghana has proved that these materials can power world-class industries when combined with modern technology and bold leadership. More importantly, this project reshapes how Africa sees itself. Engineers, farmers, scientists, policymakers, and youth can now point to a project that meets the highest global standards and say, "We built this." The refinery becomes a blueprint, a spark, a symbol that invites others to follow. Because the more countries embrace this model, the more Africa transforms from a supplier to a leader, capable of reshaping global energy landscapes, creating millions of jobs and lifting entire regions into new eras of prosperity. When you place every piece together, the land restoration, the youth employment, the clean fuels, the international partnerships, the rapid scale-up potential, the truth becomes unmistakable. This isn't just another industrial project, it is a turning point. Africa was long described as a place of potential. Ghana is rewriting that narrative, proving potential means nothing without the courage to act. And Ghana acted. The refinery represents a new African identity, unafraid, inventive, forward-leaning. It invites young Ghanaians to build futures at home. It allows farmers to earn without stripping the land. It empowers women with measurable economic influence. And it gives engineers a reason to stay, innovate, and grow industries rooted in African soil. This is not a moment. It is a movement built from bamboo, the most unassuming symbol of Africa's rising strength. Because if a single plant can ignite this level of transformation, imagine what the continent can unleash when every resource, every mind, and every community steps into its power. Africa's future is not waiting somewhere ahead. It has already begun.